Hello, welcome to a Get Ready With Me video. I was going to try and get Lincoln in. Lincoln, come here. Love bug. Lincoln. Look at my baby. Oh, you can't even see him. Hang on.
Triple click it.
There we go. Lincoln on the mend. He's a little baby. Lincoln, get in the camera. Oh, you gotta rest your leg though, love bug. Yeah, you're just my baby. Okay. Oh, you want some water? Sorry for the very scattered beginning. I'm not good at the camera. Why is it not? Hang on, guys. Bye, duty. 1, 2. Why? There we go. Okay. Okay, guys. So, welcome to the Get Ready With Me video. Okay, so I'm doing my morning routine, and I wanted to review the new Huda palette, the Mercury Retrograde, so I will apply it in this video. So, for my morning routine, generally, unless there's a lot of leftover residue from my evening routine, I just rinse my face off. So, that's how I'm going to start out with tepid, lukewarm, chilly water. Hot water dries your skin out, which I love hot water though. Okay. There we go. Usually I'm wearing my pajamas shirt when I'm doing this, but hi. Come on, camera. Generally I'm wearing my pajamas, pants, but in my pajama shirt, but I didn't today because I knew I was doing this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I rinsed off a little bit. Lately, right after I rinse in the morning, I've been using the Dr. Roebuck's Ningaloo Firming Serum, which I'm almost done with. I almost finished it. It was like $70 though. To be honest, I liked it, but it's only got, I think, like 5 or 6 ingredients. But I probably won't repurchase it just because there's other stuff I want to try. Not because I didn't like it, but anyway. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I apply a little bit of that. And then I apply the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum. A little bit of that. And winter is here quickly. I actually saw snow again yesterday, which was depressing. I went to the Mall of America to pick up my Sephora products from the sale. Although I think I should check out a Sephora JCPenney because it seems like sometimes they have different sets than what the regular Sephoras have. And sometimes they have a little bit of extra clearance once in a while. So I'll be checking that out. So play a good layer of that. And then newer vitamin C product that I've been using a lot lately, which I'm really liking, is Ghost Democracy Light Bulb Vitamin C Serum. Cruelty-free, vegan, made in the U.S., affordable, and only contains, I think, 8 ingredients, no fragrance, and it contains vitamin C and the THD form, which some people love. And some people really dislike. Within like one day, I got chastised by 2 different people. One for not mentioning how great the THD form of vitamin C is. And then another for not mentioning that something contained the THD vitamin C because people should know because it's horrible or not as good. So, I don't know. Everyone's got different opinions. And I don't know. I just like trying both of them. I think if you find I think the vitamin C, the formula is what's the most important. And if it works for your skin type and it plays well under makeup and sunscreen, I think that's just as important as finding one if it contains L-ascorbic acid or the THD form. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. But what I like about the Ghost Democracy, it also contains Visible and then Bok Choy, which is being touted as a retinol alternative, and it's actually really being shown to be a great option for retinol. And since this is in a clear bottle, I'm going to sneak it in my cabinet away from the light. Okay. So I apply a little bit of that. That one just, you know what, the other thing I like about it is it absorbs really quickly. So, and then after that, I apply the Protini, which so far into winter has been working. However, things are getting drier very quickly. So I'm thinking within a week or two, the protein will probably just be my evening routine. I'll probably need something a little bit more hydrating for the daytime, which will probably be either the Peter Thomas Roth Peptide 21 moisturizer or the Acura Radically Whipped Night Cream, which I don't know, I use during the daytime, even though it says night cream. Why limit yourself, right? Okay. There we go. I got a pretty good layer of it on. And then lately, I don't know, I've just been playing with different sunscreens because the sun really, I haven't seen the sun very much lately. So it's a good time for me to test out some good sunscreens. And since my skin has been kind of dry lately, I've been trying out some hydrating sunscreens. Today, I think I'm just going to go with the Klairs Airy Soft because it's reliable. Some sunscreens under foundation just look patchy sometimes. And then like once this week I had to start over again because I looked at my foundation and it looked just like a mess. And so then I had to start all over again. And I don't want to have to do that on camera. But you know what? It's real life. Stuff happens in real life. Okay, so typically after you apply sunscreen, especially like the more chemical sunscreens, you're supposed to absorb for 10 or 15 minutes. So that's why right after I apply sunscreen, I go and do my hair then. It kind of lets everything else on my face soak in before I apply foundation. But I got to find something for my neck because my neck has been super dry. I think I'm going to go with the Skin Fix Lipid Boost Barrier Jelly. It's liquidy and absorbs pretty quickly. Although some days, like, my neck gets so dry that I really have to apply something really thick to it. But this one's a good one. Fragrance free as well. So if you're still a Sephora sale shopping, it's worth checking out. Okay, and then I always have to rinse my hands before I use the hair tool because one time I didn't. And my hand was a little slippery and I dropped the curling iron and then the curling iron landed on the wire. And the curling iron was so hot that the wire melted, sparks flew. Lincoln was traumatized because he saw it happen. There's smoke. There's a burn on my countertop from it. Well, that happened like 2 years ago. I think I'm due for new countertops. No, okay, I guess not. But if we got ceramic or like tile ones, then they couldn't burn or melt. Whatever. Okay, I'll argue about that later. So the curling iron I'm going to use today is the Beach Waver. I love the Beach Waver. It's just if you have like quasi-long hair, it's so much easier. Like after the first time you use it, it's just like your hand doesn't get tired using it like it normally does. Although my brushes, just see little hairs everywhere. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So, that's also what I like about the Beach Waver is if you have a little bit thicker hair, it doesn't matter because it kind of just wraps it all up. I've tried some of the other curling irons. They were supposed to be easy. I think Conair had one where it like sucked the whole thing in and then it sucked the whole hair in and then it got stuck in there and I couldn't get it out. And it was horrible. Traumatizing. And you could only use like one little piece of hair at a time. So it took forever. So that was, I passed that down to a friend who probably just resold it somewhere or something. I don't know. Anyway, so what I like about this is I can just hold it for like a few seconds. Although my hairdresser told me I burnt off a couple of front pieces of hair. And then I asked her, like, how hot should it be? Because I keep it at like 390. She's like, well, 390 or 400 is what I use here just for professional use. And I think I burnt it off on accident. Because whenever I plugged it in, my instant reaction is just to turn up as high as it goes and then use it, right? No, don't do that. So 390 is like the max. I go now. You know, I've been through a lot with my curling irons. Burning the floor, traumatizing the dog, burning my hair off. Anyway, okay. So I just like it because it's pretty quick. And then I like to get ready for the makeup while I'm doing my hair. So I'll find my eyelash curler, and while I'm doing my hair, I'll curl my eyelashes. So it's like multifunctional, like at the same, like multitasking. That's what it is. It's like you have to be ambidextrous though, because things could go bad fast. Okay. But the Beach Waver, I'm very happy with it. They were on like GMA deals or viewyourdeal.com. If you are into beauty deals, it's worth checking those out. I think it's like every Monday, Thursday, and Wednesday or something. They have different deals, beauty steals, or not even just beauty. It's like everything. They'll have like mittens or whatever, but sometimes Murad will be on there. Beach Waver was on there a couple days ago, and I picked up a backup Beach Waver with a shorter barrel, so my curls will be a little bit curlier, and so it was like half off. So if you don't ever check those sites out, it's worth doing gmadeals.com and viewyourdeal.com, but they only post something sporadically. It's usually like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. But when Black Friday comes and Christmas comes, they post stuff more often. So sometimes like every day they'll have something on it. So they're worth checking out. But not every day they'll have a beauty deal. But they'll have them occasionally. I'm trying to think of what else. Sometimes it's brands that just want to clearance stuff off. But anyway, they're worth checking out. But anyway, so Beach Waver's on there, and I got a backup. Or if you're thinking about picking up a Beach Waver, because they are expensive. Some of them are like $200. I think like this one I have was like $100 something. It's worth waiting till like Black Friday, like for like beauty appliances, skincare tools, expensive things. I just wait until Black Friday, and then I just compare like Nordstrom Rack, Macy's, Sephora, Ulta, and see which has the best deal. And sometimes there'll be somewhere on there. So worth checking out. You know, I never buy anything just like get excited, put in my cart, and check out. I never do that with almost nothing. I never do that with nothing. That doesn't make any sense. I almost never do that because I always shop around, because even if the price isn't better somewhere, there might be somewhere that's given like a good goodie bag or a promo. And another shopping tip, which I was just going to do a video of shopping tips, but I guess I'm just going to give them all now. Like I finally, well, not finally, but like ebates.com, like you'll see ads for them all the time. Like, oh my God, I made $5,000 and all I did was shop. But it's kind of true. So they just offer cash back. I know a lot of you guys know about it, but a lot of you guys don't. So it's worth it. Like Sephora, like a lot of times Ebates will have it at like 8%. So you go to Ebates and then you sign in and then you click on Sephora from there. And then in like a week, it'll give you 8% back. So I figure it covers like the sales tax. So I know a lot of people, there's a lot of sites like that, but the ones I tend to use are Ebates, which is now like Rakuten, which makes no sense. Ebates is a much better name. Rakuten, Top Cashback, BeFrugal.com, Rebates Me. They're all worth checking out, and sometimes they compete with each other. And will kind of, one will have like 10% at Sephora, but the other one will have like 11%. And then one will have 12%. And then it's other stores, like Macy's does it. A lot of stores compete that way through those sites. So I know a lot of you guys know about it, but a lot of you guys don't. So that's why I just wanted to mention it. It's worth signing up. I know it seems like when I first signed up like a few years ago, it just seemed like fake almost. Like, what the heck? This makes no sense. But they compete that way. And it's just kind of money sitting out there that retailers pay other sites to get you to shop there. So anyway, they're worth checking out. Sorry I went on about that for you guys that are familiar with it, but I know a lot of you guys aren't familiar with it. So it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't already. So, okay. My hair is done. And you know what? I could talk for hours. Man, even in my head, I just talk to myself all day. I guess everyone does that. Okay, so my hair is done. This curling iron is still hot, so I'm going to leave it here because it'll be hot for like 10 minutes. Okay. So now that my hair is pretty much done, I like to just put it back a little bit. Otherwise, I'll end up with foundation in it or stuff in it, and that's not a good look. So I know it ruins the curl a little bit, but it's out of my face a little bit. So, okay, so I'm not going to do any primer or anything else. I'm just going to go straight to my BB cream, which I'm just loving. The Mizzen Snail Repair Blemish Balm. I am just totally loving it. It's like medium to full coverage. It's got a little bit of sunscreen in there, SPF 32. The shades are all tend to be a little bit yellowish, but applies pretty easily. And contains some good hydrating ingredients in there. So let me double click. Okay, follow me. There we go. Okay. So I always use my little palette thing just to put it on, or like if I mix things, I like to use my palette thing. But the other nice thing about the Mizzen is like this little amount will cover my entire face. And I swear this stuff is so affordable too. And I've been working on like the same tube for like, it has to be like 5 months. Anyway, so I've got a beauty blender. I'm going to dampen it. I will say that my my office room looks like an Ulta exploded in there. I've been wanting to record in there for a few days, but it's just too, I mean, my countertop is bad enough. Can you see it? It's not now, it's following me. Stop following me for 1 second. It's really working to follow me. Hang on. There we go. There's my countertop. It's a mess. Anyway, okay. Back to me. Okay. Okay, so no primer, no nothing like that. Although when it gets really dry out, I'll probably use a hydrating primer under the sunscreen. But a little bit of this just goes a long way. I love this. And you know what I bought online? Like totally untested, unswatched, no idea what I was doing, but it was like on sale somewhere. And I don't know, it's my best like $8 I've spent on makeup. At least on foundation and BB creams in a long time. Da 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 da. There we go. Alright, I always fuss on this side of my face because I've got like these major scars which are fading from a car accident in 1999 or so. Like a long time ago. Bad car accident. I should have died, but I didn't. But I got scars all over there and whatever. You know what? It's a badge of pride. Or not pride. It's a badge of survival. That's what it is. I survived. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I'm trying to go down a little bit on my neck, but my neck gets so sensitive and dry. So it's really hard to put almost anything on there because it's just so dry. Okay. There we go. So then this is weird. I always take the thing I dried the beauty blender off with and I wipe my mouth off. Because I always end up with the stuff on my lips and I don't like that feeling. Anyway, okay. There we go. Now where to put this? There. Okay, that seems to work. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to put powder on. And powder I'm loving is I know I've mentioned it probably a million times, the Dior Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder. I like it. Surprisingly, I love the Hourglass powder for years, but I don't know. This stuff is great for dry skin because it doesn't like super mattify the skin. It just seems to take a little bit of the shininess off, but nothing too major. There we go. Anyway, so now I'm down to like the bottom of it. The one thing I don't like is like it's starting to like crack and like parts are falling off, but I did pick up a backup of it at the Sephora sale. Although I'm sure it'll be on sale somewhere better. Probably next week because I just bought it. And So for like bronzer and blush, I've still been using this. This is the Hourglass Ambient Light Editing Unlocked. And I've still been using it since last year, and I've hardly put a dent into it. So, but I just like the blush color. It's just enough. And the bronzer shade in here is like perfect. And I don't know why I haven't been putting a dent into it, but when I go on trips, I just, instead of bringing anything else, I just bring this, and I use this for the setting powder and the blush and the bronzer and the highlighter. Lincoln! And then for my highlighter, I love the Laura Geller Diamond Dust Baked Gelato Swirl. And I apply it with kind of Pro Domed Rippling brush, which probably is not the right brush to use, but whatever. It seems to work well for me. And I just apply just a little bit of it. It's my favorite highlighter. And then I take the cheapest but most used brush I own, which is the e.l.f. Kabuki brush. And I kind of just blend all three together in one step, and it seems to work well. Come on, track me. Come on, come on. Where are you? There we go. Recenter. There we go. Da-da-da. Okay, so my eyebrows are typically okay, so I don't fuss with them too much. I just take a swirly spoolie, and I just kind of comb them into shape, and they tend to do pretty good. There we go. And then that's all I do with that. So now I'm going to get to the fun. The Huda Mercury Retrograde Palette. Let me start out with my first thoughts on it. Okay, my first initial thought is I'm really excited that there is a really light shade in there, so I can use it up by the top of my eyebrows. I think not enough palettes have a light shade, like just a peachy nude shade. I know that's the one thing I hate about the Natasha Denona palettes, which a lot of people probably like instead of that, but I just like having one really light shade I can just put right on my brow bone, because I don't do anything else too crazy or fun. There we go. So that was my initial reaction, and I really am excited about that. And then I got my little unicorn palettes, color swatcher things. So I'm gonna clean off an eyeliner brush. If I can find one, I've only got like a billion of them. Here we go. And then I'm gonna pick a color to do the eyeliner with. I always do powdered eyeliner because my eyes are super sensitive. Any liquid eyeliner, my hands are too shaky. I make a mess of it. I think I'm just going to go with the Vortex shade in the bottom corner. You know, maybe I'll swatch everything at the end of the video so you guys can see. I'm not too artistic. I wish I was a little bit more creative, but there we go. I don't know, it seemed to work well for just a basic powder eyeliner look. I don't know if I should do the shade that was in one of the pictures for the ad, because something tells me it's just not going to look the same when I do it. The colors really are kind of out there. I like the sparkles, but some of the other palettes just seem to be like, if I picked any color, it would work. This one, I feel like if I pick the wrong color, it's going to be a mess. So let's see. I think I'm going to get a crease brush. That's not really a crease brush. I've got so many brushes, and I just am not the best at making full use of them all. So I'm going to clean this one off. And I think for the crease color, I'm going to pick Off Balance, and I'll swatch all these. But you know what? If you're really looking for a tutorial of this, I'm sure there's a zillion out there that are much better than this, but you know what? Makeup eyeshadow is not necessarily my thing. I just play with it. I'm not an artist. Okay, there we go. So far looking kind of fun. I don't know. Okay. Well, then I love this brush. I got one of these in like a beauty box once, and I kept trying to find it. It's Lottie London, and I think I finally found it at Look Fantastic, maybe, or Riley Rose, but just firm enough that you can use it for a lot of good things. Okay, so I think I'm going to put Libra, which is the light purple shade, on my lids. Oh, yeah, it's looking pretty. I think most of the time, I just don't have a lot of time in the morning to actually really make a fun look. So maybe that's the issue. And then maybe I'll just put a little bit of the Cosmic shade on for just a little bit of sparkle. I don't know. I think that's pretty for the day. I'll swatch them all in a minute. Let me put my mascara on and then I will swatch them. Okay, so I got this in a beauty box as well, which is the Thrive Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. And I didn't try it for a long time, and then I kept reading on Reddit how people love this mascara. And after I tried it on Wednesday, I love it too. It just does a good job. It doesn't smudge. I have had so many mascaras where at the end of the day, like up by my brow bone, there'll be like black mascara from it just smudging. I use a Lash serum, which does help them grow, but then they get a little bit long and then the mascara ends up smudging on your top if they get a little bit too long. And this one just seems to be almost like a tubing mascara where it kind of dries and like tubes it and like dries it. And then they're kind of like almost set until you remove it. But removing it, well, if it's like a tubing mascara, can be a bit of a challenge because it kind of just comes off in all these clumps. But the Thrive mascara, I love it. I'm glad I got it in Beauty Box. There we go. And I'll finish it off with, you know what, I got it yesterday, so I want to try it. The Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Diamonds. I don't know. I bought it yesterday. So I want to try it. And maybe it'll look good with the purple. Okay. Maybe I'll put my hair down so you can get the whole vibe. Okay, there's my get ready with me. Da, 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 da. I don't know. That didn't take that. 27 minutes. That's not bad. A lot of people spend a lot more time in there. Okay, so now I'm going to swatch the eyeshadow palette. Hang on 1 second. Hey, Joe. Yeah? Can you come hold this so I can swatch the palette? Okay. My assistant is coming to help hold the camera for me. And I'm going to swatch the whole palette now. Okay, so some of these are glitters, which are better applied with the fingertip, or I really like this, the Urban Decay brush called the Finger. Works well for that. So I'm just going to go down the line. So Cosmic, which is what I use kind of on my lids, which is it's probably one that's better applied with your finger, but anyway. Okay, and then we've got, what is this shade? Champagne, which I used on the crease. Use that as the crease color. And then Vortex, which I used for powder eyeliner. Okay, and then what is this shade? Utopia. Oh. Someday I'll find it. Okay, and then this one is Galaxy, which I'm going to apply with the... See, it just applies much better with that Urban Decay brush. Sparkles seem to work well with it. Okay. Then we've got Hot Mess, which is what my office room looks like right now. And then we've got, what shade is this? Ultraviolet, which I'm going to apply with the other brush too. It's kind of a glitter. It's really pretty though. Okay. That one's really... Oh, that's the one I used on my lid. Libra. I used that on my eyelid. That one looks pretty there. Supernova. Which might be that one. I'm going to do with this brush. These are rough live swatches. Okay, now what should I do? Do on my other arm, maybe? How did I run out of space that fast? I guess I'll do it on my other arm. What shade is this? Nebula. Just like a very fine glitter. Okay. Then we've got Crash. Oh, that's my nickname. Which is kind of a nudish brown color. And then we've got Karma, which is a bitch. That's really pretty. And then we've got Mercury, which is a bluish glitter. That looks really pretty. Definitely one that will be better applied with your fingertip. Momentum, which is the shade I used on my brow bone. I liking it. This one I'm going to do with the Urban Decay brush. This is Gold Glitch. Which is really gold. And then we've got Haze, which is a blue, kind of a powder blue, teal, aqua. The formula seems to be pretty much the same as the others. Most of them perform pretty good. A couple of them aren't quite as pigmented. Some of the glitters will definitely require a finger to apply it. I think the glitters are slightly not as easy to work with as some of the earlier palettes, but yeah, I think some of them just require. There we go. I don't know. I like it. The glitters definitely are not quite as easy to use as from the other Huda palettes, but overall I like the palette. I'm happy with it. And I got it on sale at Sephora, so I don't know. I can make some fun looks with it. Definitely not as super like brightly pigmented, which makes them a little bit easier to use, especially for novices. So anyway, that's my get ready with me. Let me put my hair down for the end of the video though, because I look better with it down. Okay, that is my get ready with me and Huda first use impressions video. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you guys have picked up the palette or have any other thoughts, definitely leave a comment. And see you tomorrow.